Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So today, I want to talk about our reputation as leaders. And I want to talk about how our reputation as leaders has a direct impact on the influence that we pass on to others and that we have on others. And it could be positive, negative, neutral, but any way you look at it, leadership, as leaders, we influence others. Like it or not. So this goes back in the vault, and it was originally season 1, episode 98. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, have you ever thought about your reputation? I mean, do you give much thought to what other people think about you? Well, here's another thought. Do other people's thoughts about you impact the way you work or behave? How about your team members or your kids? Does the way you think about them impact their behaviors and or the way they perform or behave? Well, the expectations that other people have of us really can have an impact on the way we behave and perform. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So our expectations about people can have a direct impact on the way they act. It can impact them either in a positive manner or a negative manner based on what our expectations are of them. For instance, if we have high expectations of a person and communicate that to them consistently over time, they will eventually start living up to that expectation. Or if we have low expectations of a person and communicate that continually, they will perform poorly to meet the low expectations. Now, I don't think this happens in every case, but the more influence you have on a person, the higher the chances of your expectations impacting them are. As leaders and parents, we have an opportunity to be very influential over our team members and kids, and we must set our expectations high if we want to influence them positively. You know, this past week we had a men's ministry dinner at the church I attend, and we had a guest speaker. And this guest speaker, I know his name was Pastor John from Okinawa, but during his talk, he gave this demonstration of Proverbs 12:18. Now, Proverbs 12:18 says, "The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." You know, after he read that scripture, he demonstrated it by stabbing a cardboard box with a knife, the knife representing a sword, of course. So then he said, just think about it a little bit. Every time you speak harshly to your wife, it pierces her, as he stabbed the box fiercely. Every time you speak reckless words to your kids, it pierces them, as he stabbed the box again. And he gave several other examples. Every time you speak recklessly to your team members, boom, it pierces them as he stabbed the box. Well, let that soak in a little bit and compare it to your expectations of your team members. Your expectations of your kids, your expectations of your spouse. Every time you speak reckless words to any of them, it's like piercing them with a sword. When we are in influential positions such as leaders and or parents, our expectations of others can help chart their future paths. Will you set them on a path of success and high expectations? Leaders, we have a huge obligation to fulfill when you think about the way our expectations are, and if you think about how reckless words can really pierce. But as Proverbs 12:18 says, the tongue of the wise brings healing. So think about that. How are your expectations? Are they piercing like swords, or are they wise and are they bringing healing and a bright future? I challenge you to choose your words wisely. Think before you speak. Watch the actions of the people around you and inspire them to be great. Hey, thanks for listening today, and until Monday, run to your challenges.